So there's the old pond, and here's the new pond. We decided to do this because the old pond was okay, but it was really difficult to clean. It was difficult to clean the stones and the bricks and the inside of the plastic tub, which just had too many nooks and crannies. And we realized that we could just take the existing tile against the wall and on the floor in this corner and just glass it out and make her a nice big pond. Just glue the glass to the tile like you would an aquarium. And we would move the ramp out so she'd have more room. We wanted to save the ramp because she really took to it. Here she is underneath it there. She likes to lay under there and sun herself. Various body parts sticking out and other parts shaded. So we moved her inside to get the job started. And we started it by cleaning it with the Ymop. We just took the whole area and made sure it was clean. And then we regrouted that area to make sure it was watertight. Did the whole balcony in the very end. Then we made a simple jig to hold the glass in place while we glued it with the reptile and fish-safe silicone glue. And then so the next thing that we needed to approach was making a little exit ramp. It was going to be a beachhead. We didn't want to attach it to the tile. One thing, we didn't think that the cement was going to stick, but we wanted to be able to remove it later on. So we just kind of drew it out on some plastic and then mixed up some cement and shaped it so that it was a shape that she could get easily in and out, but no ledges, so she couldn't accidentally flip over in the water. And then so we pulled it off the glass in the wall and let it cure for a few days in the hot Shenzhen sun, even though it's winter time as we're doing this. The balcony gets pretty warm. Then after it was dry, we just laid it out and glued it to the tile just like we did the glass with silicone glue. It's aquarium safe. It's safe for fish and reptiles. You'll notice there's a rubber plug on the floor, and that was designed so that it's going to be really easy. Every single time we need to drain the water and put new water in, we could just pull the plug, and then, if we need to, after it's drained out, we could just squeegee out the rest and then, jet it out with a garden water hose jet. The old one was just tedious. It was a bad idea, so weren't going to do that again. Then we moved on to making her a water cave. This was actually a turtle pond that her previous owner bought. It was obviously way too small. I don't know what she was thinking, but we figured we'd turn it over and cut out a door opening and then turn it into a water cave. So we marked it out, and we borrowed a masonry grinder from our Russian friend Alexei here in Checo, and we cut out a nice doorway, and voila, we had a water cave. So then the next thing we did was put some river stones in, so she would have various places to bask on. She likes to put her head out of the water sometimes while the rest of her body's in the water. So there's all these different elevations here that you can see. And you can see the little grooves in the beachhead there, so she could grab onto them with her little claws, and then she could climb in and out. And we were able to kind of, like we said, incorporate some of her old environment with the ramp and everything. Water plant. The canopy is just a tray that a lot of the Chinese people with restaurants will use to dry vegetables or fish or whatnot. The water fill spigot that we were using was pretty rusty, so we decided to just take it off, go downstairs to the hardware store and buy a new one. And we put in a new hose, and that led us to the first water test. And the stones came in handy because we could hold down the water jet with the stones. And if you notice, the water is a little bit cloudy still, and that's from the construction work we were doing. That came because there was a lot of leftover debris from the grout and cement and whatnot. And so the water was not really clear enough that we wanted Zai Zai to be in it. It took a few cleanings. She came over to check it out a few times. She wasn't even really sure what to think of it at first. But eventually the water started to clean up after a few cleanings, and things started to come together. We were concerned about the water plug holding the water, and it was doing just fine. We actually were able to tighten it up with a little extra silicone glue. And it all started to come together. The spillway was working nicely. It's draining off the water, and it's lower than the ceiling height on the water cave, so she can't drown or anything in there. She finally came and checked it out, and she didn't know what to think at first. She seemed to be really enthralled with this big tile wall. Must have been looked like a big rock wall to her.
What do you think, Zai? Do you like it? What do you think? Do you approve? It's good, huh? Yeah. Yeah.
Again, she was just mesmerized by the tile wall. She's used to the little plastic bin that was holding the water, but this thing just keeps going and going. This must look like, a big side of a rock face on a mountain or something to her. And that was pretty much just checking out her new environment. Must have been a big deal for a little turtle.
Checking it out, huh? Come on, go ahead, go inside. It's all full of water now. It's got water, you got a nice little ramp here. New water cave, new canopy for the sun. Come on, Zai, go in. Come on. Zai, go in. Don't be afraid. Come on, Zai. There she goes. There she goes. There she goes, checking it out. Into the water. First time here. Checking out the river stones. Underwater. There she is. Perspective here of the canopy. You like this side? Do you like it? Say hello to everybody. Zai, the most famous turtle in Shenzhen. She goes to check out the water cave. There she is, checking it out. Look who spent her first night in the pond, inside her cave, sleeping. It's actually cold still in Shenzhen. Zai did pretty well because she had her heater on. Here's the heater. It's only like 22 degrees, but still kept the water fairly warm for her. Did you have fun, Zai? Was that nice in your new home? Yeah, it's morning time now. Yeah, good girl. Yeah. Say hi, Zai. Okay, see you later.